Emma, where are we?
We're at the front row of the Miss Universe India.
Are you excited?
A little bit, but I'm not fully convinced it's going to be that grand. Do you
Well,
think so?
it better not be grand because it is Miss Universe.
So, are we going to see the grand extravagance of the Miss India Universe pageant as Nikalanand has promised? Not so convinced. Are you, Guru?
Well, we'll just have to find out. Let's do
Stay
this.
tuned, guys.
छाया आसमां में देखो झूमता गगन है छाया आसमां में देखो झूमता गगन ज़मीन आसमां पूछ गया झूमता गगन आसमां मेरे झूम ले जहां ये कैसा नशा प्यार का समा रही समझ में आसमां होश तो खोले प्यार तू ले ले संग मेरे झूम जा कैसा नशा होश है कहाँ होश तो खोले प्यार तू ले ले संग मेरे झूम जा
Namaste, India, and welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and this is the one this entire country has been waiting for because finally it's time for the Miss Universe India pageant. And this is going to be a very, very interesting one because we have a management change and we have no idea what we're going to expect. Is going to blow us over, or are we going to be super disappointed? We shall know very soon. However, on this episode, this is going to be the ultimate review of what's been happening so far. The Guru is going to give you a breakdown on what we're going to cover in this episode. Take it
So,
away, Guru.
Emma, yes, it is actually a pivotal movement because this time not only have we had a management change, but
Yeah.
also from a Miss Universe perspective, a lot of things have changed. So there's a bit of flux. We don't know what really is going to work in Mexico City.
I know.
We've got one area that all these contestants have come together. In fact, it's probably one of the largest number of contestants that we've had for Miss Universe India coming. And I believe that all of them are currently in this resort called Lohagarh Fort Resort, where in the next week or so, they are going to be doing various activities. And yes, just under a week, we shall know who our new representative is going to be for Miss Universe.
And it's going to be interesting, Guru, because now we are seeing a lot more contestants coming in. And how we're going to cover this is we're going to start with the contestants. We're going to talk about how it's different from what we've seen from Miss Diva all the years. We're going to talk about the new management and how Nikalanand has been running pageants and how much of a change we're going to see for the Miss India. We're going to talk about how the judgings are probably going to be like, how it's going to play out, of course, the stage and production. And of course, and we're going to end this with our top 5 winner circle. This is in no particular order, but this is the girls that have captured our attention. So you want to wait right till the end for this one. So we're going to start off with, of course, the caliber of contestants that we are seeing at the MUI 2024. Guys, you all have been watching, and what do you think about the contestants that have won rightfully from their states and the wild card entries that have been like, I just don't know from where. There are way too many wild cards this time. Guru, please give
I think the
us a
intention,
bit of an idea on why did this happen this time, because it's insane.
Emma, I think the intention has always been pure. It has been in the right direction. However, one cannot get this formula right on day one. Even when you look at Miss Diva, it took a while. When we look back at I Am She, when Sushmita Sen took over the franchise, even then she couldn't get it right somehow. It's not that easy to crack the Miss Universe code, especially when Miss Universe is going through a transformational phase of its own.
Yeah.
So though the intention was right to get every state kind of filter and get the winner, but sadly, I do believe that even after we've kind of sieved our way through the winners, they are not impressive at all. I'm sorry. And I think we, as the pageant gurus, have always called things out. I am extremely disappointed. And you rightly mentioned, having more than 6-7 wild cards clearly shows that, two things. One is that this formula probably will take some time to get right, or this is not the right formula to choose winners when it comes to Miss Universe India. Or it is the fact that, that Nikhil Anand is very clever. He knows that this formula is not working. Immediately add seasoned players, getting, Chavi, getting in Daisy Count, and clearly giving them direct entry into, the contestants list. So he is also aware that this is a make or break edition
True.
for him. It's a new edition. He has the mantle of the universe, and people are going to look at him very, very keenly. So, though the mix is very much in favor of the wild cards, at the universe stage, it doesn't really matter. It should be your best representative, whether you go through the ranks or you just get a wild card entry. So, yeah, I do believe that's the sad truth.
I agree with you. That's the problem. What happened is because I think this time, let's be very honest, it's not a tough competition. I think from with the wildcard entries and what we already have are the winners, I think it's quite obvious who are the top favorites, and the competition is quite weak this time. And I think, like you said, Nikhil Anand just brought in wildcards, and for a fact of a wildcard, we kind of knew Daisy would compete again this year. We wanted her to compete. I think after last year, everyone was like, okay, Daisy, she just missed it. Like, I think she really missed the crown, and I do feel she has a very strong chance of being top 5 indefinitely. So, having said all that, it is really sad to see the caliber of contestants that came from these zones, that natural selection happened, how they usually do it. It was really bad. I'm really disappointed that these are the girls that were selected to represent India, and it was quite boring as compared to what Diva did. Diva did have a better formula of how they picked their girls regardless of the wild cards. So you saw a clear, comparison, a clear difference between how Diva organized it and how Nikhil Anand has. And that's where I'm kind of worried. That's where I'm actually worried.
Emma, another thing that you actually talked about, these two pageant systems being very different, and they're like universities. A top-notch university attracts the right kind of quality contestants, and that's what Diva did over the years. In fact, the Times Group have their own modeling agency that nurtures
how many
these
wildcards did you see with Diva? You didn't. You really did not go through that stage of wildcards with Diva because they didn't have to do that, because they knew how to find the right girls from each zone. So it worked, and they picked the best, and they knew how to pick the best.
Even though they were not winners, they made sure that they are in some sort of a contract that they're going to nurture these girls for next year. They used to come again and again. We've seen the likes
We've
of...
seen Archana Bhavsar come back, right? And she's cut her hair and she's looking a lot, classy now. So there has been this nurturing that Diva has done. Are we going to see that with Nikhil Anand? I am very, very unsure about that. So I'm not sure if the girls are going to get the right exposure, the right nurturing, the right guidance and training before Miss Universe.
On that guidance piece, Emma, another thing that, reason why the girls that have come are not at par is also attributable to the kind of judging that is there. So if you have a set of judges that decide a winner versus a B set of judges, they'll have a different set of winners. So that could also be the reason. Who were these judges that have made sure that these girls have come up? For example, currently we saw this whole speech round. We've mentioned it in one of our stories. And Archana Sumbul is the judge. I'm sorry, but what is the qualification of
Archana
to be there? When we look at
feminine skill expert to talk about, or exactly. I mean, I wouldn't want Sushmita Sen to come. I would have wanted Divita to come. Divita could speak. Why wasn't Divita right there? So you're agreeing with that. So we're going to come to our next section of what we're going to talk about, because this is what we're going to cover, is basically about the new format, which we're going to see a change, especially on judging. And this is what the second section of this episode is about, which is a very important one. How is the judging going to play out? Is it going to be the whole Navat system where it's Nikhil Anand choosing his favorite, like he does with Glam Anand? That's scary, because then he's crowning the girls and he's like this Indian Navat, which he tries to pretend to be. That's quite obvious. This will not work for Miss Universe formula. I'm like, I don't know who the judges are, Guru. We have not heard who's going to
Oh,
be the
no.
judges. We didn't know who the preliminary judges are yet. We don't know who the final shows and how much of impact and jurisdiction they're going to actually have on picking the
The final.
winner. That is my problem. That is my biggest concern, because if he's going to do the Nawat thing, then we can just sit back, watch a fun show, and then he's going to pick who he likes, and we're going to
Yeah,
see
we
him
don't
put the
need.
crown on
We
the
don't
girl.
need. We don't
You
need
know,
this.
what do you
big-
think about this? I mean, this is my scary part of the
You know,
entire
this.
competition.
In
This.
fact, we had talked about this, Emma, in one of our episodes, and we'll put that in the
We're going to link
description
this in
below.
a description box. This
Where
episode, so
we,
take a look at
what
that.
was our view when we actually heard about this management change,
Yeah.
and we were very, very vocal of the fact that yes, he has both Miss Grand International and Miss Universe franchisee. I would urge him to have these two separate as much as possible. And though the contests are separate to decide the winner, and we are in fact very happy with the winner of Grand International. However, if you're having winners like Archana Sumbul judge for Miss Universe India, that's the first drop where I feel no. If you have to demarcate it,
They made a blunder.
make sure that you do that continuously. So that's my view. I hope they have the right set of judges. And that's really going to play out in, as you rightly mentioned, is it just him at the back deciding versus the judges who are like for namesake, or they're actually worthy contestants to be judged by equally worthy judges who are mentors in their own fields, who understand the task and who do the assignment. So we'll see how the preliminary is going to be.
True, and I don't want to see a fiasco like what happened with Miss World. You had like the Sharks coming in there doing some blunder, and then somebody else coming in, and then Kirti Sanan sitting there. I don't think she even knew what she was judging. She was just there as she's a celebrity, and it was like this bunch of judges who were of no use. And then in the end, they just chose the one that had votes. It was a mess. Miss World was a mess. Let's not even go this. I don't want to see that blunder here. I want Nicole Allen to do it properly. Like, all right, we're gonna have these judges who actually have the actual experience to understand what is needed on a Miss Universe stage, pick the right girl for all the right reasons, and then crown her. And that's it. And then we have a girl that's going to make it to top 40. If Mexico's going to, I don't think that Mexico's having top 40. Top 30. Yeah, so now it's top 30. So yeah, we want to crack top 30. Yeah, and we want to see a girl who deserves to make it and proceed in the following rounds. So I don't know. We'll see. So right now, the judging and everything is like really, really sketchy. But what? Fingers crossed. Let's hope he does the right thing. Okay, so now the fun part. It's our background. So this has just been released by the Miss Universe India organization. Is the proposed stage image, and it's obviously an AI image. It's rather dramatic. It could, like, Guru gave me this information before we started the show, that all this you see, the chandeliers could all just be LEDs and it could work. But if it's really going to be there, dramatic chandeliers and lighting, I don't think it's going to work.
Don't even think that.
No. So if we're gonna put an LED and all these, fake images in the back playing back, and it would work because Miss Universe has done a lot of LEDs and they always stick to that. However, is it gonna be as grand and glamorous as the stages we have seen so far? Like we saw Vietnam, not so good, but it was very well done. I think the most sad stage I saw, which was Miss Universe, Mexico. No, who was the one who wore the galaxy gown who won? You showed me that.
Mexico, right?
That was a bad stage. That was like a school auditorium stage. So I mean, I am sure India will, and Mexico is a strong contender. She's fantastic, and that girl is amazing. So she's like someone we all gotta look out for. The point is, if Mexico had a stage like that, India can have a better stage. I'm hoping. Yeah. What do you think?
More than the stage, I believe stages can be small, big. It's the camera work, the positioning of how they capture those shots, how clear those shots are. That's what is more important. I hope they have good qualified MCs to host the show.
Yes, very important, very important. We don't need blunders that we see in Supranational. They have weird hosts, and we all know that. But I'm really excited to see. I mean, I loved the swimsuit competition at Diva last year. I want to see the music, the opening number if they're going to do one, and how much of the stage production and the organization they're going to be doing. we're going to be seeing preliminaries, and so I'm guessing evening gown is going to be there and swimsuit is going to be there. So I want to see how all of that is going to come together, because now it's a management change, and we hopefully might see Shayna's on stage as well. So we are
hope so.
super excited about that. Is she coming to
She's
India?
traveling all over the world.
She's traveling, and they have just released some pictures of her, and we're like, okay, is she going to be there in the preliminary rounds? You never know. So we want to see a fantastic opening number, some great music. So this is something like, let's see. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited, and then here's the best part about this whole thing, that we get a chance to see a lot of pageants coming on everywhere around the world, and we're quickly able to differentiate who's sucking at it and who's doing good at it. So now it's actually pageant season, guys. So you're going to see a lot more of the pageant gurus, because there's so much to cover. And now it's actually wonderful, because we want to hear what you guys think about Glam Anand. What do you think about Nikhil Anand doing Miss Universe? Are you scared? What are you worried about? What are your fears? What do you think is going to be his strength? Please let us know, especially when it comes to the production, because that's something we are dying to see, and we have been absolutely deprived by it. So we're going to come to the next section, which is, of course, the pros and cons of Glam Anand, Miss Diva, and what exactly is the difference between these two, and what are the pros and cons. And Guru, you're going to start with one, and then I'm going to take the other one. Okay?
Will they have a different crown?
Go ahead.
I don't know what the new crown is going to be like.
We need better crowns. I don't like the crowns we have. That's so true. But we haven't launched any crowns, have we?
No, we haven't seen any crown.
I would love to see a better crown, because I don't like the one we have. Is like it looks like a Diwali basket. Like I don't like it. Diwali fruit, peda basket. Like I don't like it. It's like I didn't one Harnaz was crowned, and it looked so horrible. It's big and it's weird. I think it's
just like chapta.
Yeah, it's not even like a crown. It's not even like a tiara. It's just not even a diadem. It's just like a mess. So I think they need to change the crown. I agree with that.
Stadium. It's like a stadium.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. So, Diva, you messed up there. So let's see if Nikhil Anand gets a new crown. Of course, Guru was just saying this. We're gonna see the show. We're actually going to see Miss Universe India live for once. Okay, and it's being broadcasted, and we don't have to wait 10 days after the girl is crowned, and she's probably zipped her mouth because she can't open up and say I won, because they haven't aired the winner and we don't know who the winner is. And it's like one of those dumb reality shows, like,
which are totally
American Idol. Like American Idol or Indian Idol was crowned like almost 3 weeks before we are actually seeing it on television, right? And they have to be really quiet throughout the entire time. Why do we need that? But so I'm really happy that, Nikhil Anand has finally decided that, okay, you know what, we're all going to see it. And we just might do a live reaction for the first time after ages, an actual live reaction. So you just stay tuned, Guru. What do you think?
Because, there's a good part, and I think it's going to uncover any mediocrity in the show very clearly, because what Diva used to do is heavy editing. We've seen what the girls are saying. The same people are clapping again and again. We get to know the audience reaction immediately, which wasn't the case when all of this was being, heavily edited. We wouldn't really know the quality of what the speech round, for example, last year, some of those parts were actually cut compared to what the contestants would have actually said. And that's an important thing for us to understand the pulse of the show and be part of the audience. So I think having it live is great. It's one of the good pros that we've inherited when it comes to Nikhil Anand's way of doing things. So excited about that.
One of the pros I want to also talk about the whole thing about Nikhil and Universe is, I think Nikhil, end of the day, will choose a beauty, a really beautiful girl, because Arshana was amazing that he picked up. So there have been some good girls.
Even Rachel this time is amazing.
Yes, is amazing. We all love Rachel. So I won't fear. Like, I was very disappointed with Diva choosing Shweta Sharda. Let's be very honest here. So I have a complete good pro for Nikhil, is that he will choose a real beauty, regardless of anything. I can be a little positive and say that we're going to have a fantastic, gorgeous winner who's going to be model-esque and who's going to be fantastic on stage. So that on-stage performance will be spot on. So I have this very positive feeling from Nikhil for that. Are we going to see judging and brains and advocacy? No. But are we going to see a model, beautiful, gorgeous girl? Yes. And I've said that on a show before. So if you go back and watch it, you'll know that I'll talk about he's going to pick a model, not someone with brains. It's not going to happen. So I
Emma,
think
it just might be working well because, just to be fair, the way Miss Universe has shown the format that they're going to follow, the first round is top 30 and all of them participate in swimsuits. Out of that, they cut into top 12 doing evening gowns. So from 30 to 12, more than 50% cut. The girl has to be class when it comes to body, styling, walk, and fitness. So
exactly.
definitely.
So we will see that. We will really see a glamorous girl. And I think that for that reason, I'm sure they'll pick a good one. Shweta was an absolute disaster from the beginning to the end. We never liked the choices. I think they were much better girls. Of course, Daisy was robbed last year, 100%. And I feel that I'm very happy she's back because we all wanted her back. And yeah, so I think these
Will Sharda be there for the crowning?
who?
Will Shweta Sharda be there for
I don't think so because she's not mentioned even one.
the...
There's not even one teaser of her saying that okay, come to Miss Universe or Miss Universe coming up or anything. She's not, and I don't like that. Actually, it's unfair that they've pushed her aside. She is still our Miss India, and they should not push her aside. And I think they should include her in
But I
these
think
promotions.
most
Even
of
if it's an
the
organization
but
change.
most of the organizations, the franchises that have been changed, they are not calling the previous winners of the other franchise, even though yes, she did represent, and which is quite sad. However, there is a beautiful example that stands out, which is when Miss Universe Philippines took over Binibini Filipinas. Then in 2019, the winner Gazini Ganados actually was invited to crown the first Miss Universe Philippines from the new franchise. So I think that was really nice. So Rabia Mateos was the first to be crowned. And yes, and she was crowned by the winner of the previous regime. So I think it is possible. It just requires a bit of open-heartedness and being, or probably there are some contract. We don't know. We don't know whether there's some, I don't know.
Regardless of the fact that we were not that excited about Shweta, she has her right to crown the queen. Harna's crowned Divita crowned Shweta. So yeah, she crowned Shweta. So you know what? I think she has every right.
As a country,
and I don't want Nikhil Anand to do what he does in the Glam Anand thing, where he comes and crowns and does that Nawaz nonsense. Like, no. Sit on the back seat. Nikhil, if you're watching, if you want us to love you and want us to respect you and support you, let the girls shine. Do it the right way.
But
don't
do that for grand.
so much.
We can do it for grand. Do it for
we
grand.
Can do it for grand, but we don't need it for Miss Universe because for grand, you're doing it so far. Whatever you're doing works. Although we've not won any damn thing, but at least you got the formula of grand correct. So you know what? Please, let's see the girls back. Let's see the queens back. Let them have their moment to shine. Let them have their final walk and their final farewell moment. And let them remember that reign, no matter how it was, no matter who it was. So I would love to see Shweta come on stage and crown.
Or at least be invited as a guest, somewhere that the thing should be.
Make her a judge, something. She could have been part in the preliminary. She could have been part in anything like that. I think, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we get to see a former queen crown the new queen. And well, let's see. Anyway, so here is the fun part. It is our top 5 favorites. And please note, this is in no particular order. These are just girls that at this point we have found amazing, have captured our attention, and might have a potential to be top 5.
Okay, Emma. So here are my top 5 in alphabetical order. They are Angel Bhattal, Chavi Varg, Daisy Khound, Ria Singha, and Sanjana Vij.
Interesting, because my top favorite, of course, I am not going in any particular order. I just wrote the names down, so they're not alphabetical. Danube Kangjam. Please forgive me, sweetheart, if I forgot your last name, but watch this girl. She's from Manipur. Danube, I love the name. and she has the most beautiful smile ever. She does walk brilliantly, and she tries to be very serious. I would love her if she smiled more, and I've actually sent her a message saying, "Danu, please smile, because that's your power look. That is her power look. She's beautiful and very refreshing and fresh, and I absolutely love her." And of course, the second one is Daisy Count. I mean, how could I not put her in my list? I loved her. She was my favorite from last year. So yeah, she's definitely going to be there. And of course, Guru and I have few similar ones. And of course, I liked Dr. Angel Patel, I think her name is. Forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but Angel is beautiful. She looked fantastic in the gowns, and there was this little preliminary show. I think after the slashing ceremony, she wore this blue gown. She works it. She can talk, she can walk, and she photographs brilliantly. So you know what? Daisy has competition with this girl. Of course, and another one that caught my attention was Chavi Virg. Or Virg. Please
But
tell me how to pronounce it. Yeah. Chavi is gorgeous. She's
it
tall.
is
She's got beautiful eyes, absolutely beautiful eyes. And I have a little advice for her. All you fans of Chavi, she can go into Bollywood. She's got that Bollywood look. Like, oh my God, this girl already captures the attention of anyone, and the camera absolutely loves her. So I would love to see this girl into Bollywood. I'm not, whether she wins or not, she is absolutely got Bollywood class. And of course, this um Rushi, her name is Rushi Sindhu. She is very attractive. She's very petite. She's very pretty. And there's something about her that really captured my attention. And if you notice her in the evening gown, she wears a red one. She looks very glamorous. And I know what you're gonna say, Guru. That is very Miss Grand. That look is very Miss Grand. It is very Miss Grand. That's probably why Nikhil also liked her and she's there. So Rushi has that Miss Grand. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. So let's say Rushi doesn't make it here. She can compete in Miss Grand, right?
yes.
Because I think she's got that Miss Grand look. Take a look at her, guys, and she is someone that really sparked, like really sparkled as well for me. So this is our top 5 inner winner circle, not inner circle, winner circle. Let us know who are your top 5 at this point and who really is, shining and who's not. Let us know what you think about our top 5. Let us know what you thought about our views. What do you think is going to happen on the final or the preliminaries? Interact with us, and of course, this is pretty much it on this episode. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, fingers crossed on that, guys, and hopefully it will all go well and we'll get a fantastic winner. So are you excited, Guru, about next coming up week?
I'm hopeful. Yes, the pageant season is suddenly,
dawned upon us.
just everything everywhere. There's Miss Cosmo happening, Universe is happening, Grand is happening, all meshed up in between the next couple of weeks. And I just hope that we are able to give justice and do justice to understanding and deliberating. I don't think we have enough time. There's just too much.
We have done zone episodes of Miss Universe where we've covered Europe, Asia, Africa, and all the winners from these zones as well, and our favorites from these zones as well. They were like an in-depth analysis. I don't think any pageant blogger has done, and Guru and I had done that. It was absolutely
masterpiece.
amazing.
And we enjoyed doing it.
It was fun, and we came in many avatars from those zones as well. Well, I particularly love Europe because we were like Harry Potter, so it was fun. And so, we just might plan to do one again. Maybe not so elaborate, but of course, pick up our top 3 favorites from these zones. So it gives you a bit of an idea of what kind of girls you're going to expect, who are going to be there at Mexico, and who are going to shine in Mexico.
Because there are these continental queens as per the new format. So maybe now it's time to actually do it the right way.
We can do it now because we did something like before. So I was really, really hoping that we can probably do the same thing again, and then we'll do it maybe top 3 favorites from each zone instead of putting all the girls in. And that would be fun. We can review that. So stay tuned because that might be coming up as well. And well, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you're going to have a fantastic Sunday. Have a fun, amazing, blessed, peaceful week ahead because life has been quite crazy for many. And of course, Guru and I became sick in between. That's why we took a break and we couldn't record. So we're finally back and we're super excited because the pageant season's on and it's Miss India. So, well, take care, stay safe, and
Shukriya.